Alrighty, so I'm bored. We're gonna look at Rattatoing today. If you can't tell, it's a ripoff of Ratatouille. Obviously, this is just one of those bargain bin movies, you know, the kind your grandma gets because she doesn't really read the cover and just knows you want to see the rat movie. This movie was made by Video Brinquedo, which is basically a Brazilian animation studio, and they're mostly known for making trashy ripoffs of popular films, like Rattatoing in this case, or Little Panda Fighter, which probably be the next movie I discuss. Anyway, let's get on with the actual film. The movie starts off with the narrator, who is played by Eggman's VA, apparently. I sure hope Sega pays you more nowadays, so you never have to be tortured like this again, dude. The narrator blabs on about the prosperous city for like a whole ass minute, which doesn't sound long, but it feels like a fucking eternity.
Marvelous city, land of sun and heat, with one of the most beautiful urban skylines in the world. This is a prosperous city. That's where our story takes place, in the heart of this city, in a very famous and sophisticated restaurant.
And then we get to see the restaurant, which, you know, the style isn't too bad in my opinion. It kind of reminds me of old PS2 games. My main issue with the movie stems from the animation. I can tolerate the story, but we will get there later. I will give credit where it's due. The paintings in the back are kinda charming. There's even a silly little Mickey Mouse picture. And they did do some cool things with the background, like the keg's a busted up soda can, and the chairs are made with little matches. So, seems like someone had a bit of fun. Now I'm gonna save you guys the mental pain of the beginning sequence here, at least the first 5 minutes of it. All it is a random dialogue from different customers, either praising dishes or begging to meet the chef. The best of this dialogue, in my humble opinion, is this little shit over here, who just admits he likes to eat plastic. Perfectly fine with it. Happy to do it.
Food, it's not healthy for you.
Have a heart, dear. Let the boy have what he wants.
Yes, Daddy, I love cheddar.
Is that so? But that ain't cheese. It's just plastic.
You're kidding.
That's okay, Mom. As it happens, I'm also very partial to plastic.
So now we get to meet Chef Marcel, who, another fun fact for you, the buddy I watched this with pointed out that Marcel's VA is also the dude who voices Michelangelo in the 2003 Ninja Turtle show. So the more you know, I guess. Now, while we're here, I just want to point out, this guy Greg, I don't know if they just didn't rig his hands or what. They probably were just lazy, but he straight up A-poses here. And then most of the movie, his fingers never really seem to move. They just are in this little resting pose the whole time. I don't know. So Chef Marcel here ends up having to leave the kitchen because his food, which came from that tiny ass little pot, tastes so damn amazing, and people won't leave the poor waiter alone unless he goes out there. I don't go out to eat personally, too antisocial for that, but is asking to meet the chef like a normal behavior, or is this just a rich people restaurant thing? I don't know. I don't leave the house. Also, I'd like to briefly point out this movie is only 40 minutes long, and we're almost at 10 minutes. 90% of it so far has just been idle chatter that is basically meaningless. Marcel ends up going to meet this crew of weirdos here, who are very obviously up to some bullshit, and as you can probably guess, they want to know what makes the food so good. Which, as he explained a moment ago to this old couple over here, the food is made with...
Lots of...
Come on, out with it!
Lots and lots and lots of...
With lots of?
With lots and lots and lots of...
This guy is just driving me crazy.
The dishes are prepared with the secret ingredient of a lot of dedication and care.
They then start pestering this poor dude about his secret and how the food is so fresh and all that sort of crap. Thankfully, before he gets pestered too much, his friends call him away.
Who had an accident? Is anyone hurt badly? What's going on?
There's no problem. We were just trying to help you get away from those clients.
We know just how uncomfortable you feel in those situations.
This is some good friends right there. Turns out it's Thursday, and that is the day they do their, special thing.
Well, I see by the clock on the wall that it's almost time for our special night work.
While they start getting ready, we cut back to the group from earlier, and unsurprisingly, they are rival restaurant owners who are pretty pissed off that Marcel's is doing so well.
Oh, I thought he was going to reveal the secret.
You mean our little secret was almost revealed?
Listen, guys, I think we should just forget about trying to uncover the secret of Rattatoing's food and start worrying about our own restaurant.
What is with you? Why are you ready to quit so fast? If we can find out their secret, we can go back to being a great restaurant.
Great theory, but we've never been a great restaurant.
I'm sure that if Rattatoing wasn't in business, we would have to be considered the best. We used to get lots of customers, but now every rodent and their brother comes to this place.
While they complain outside, it cuts back to what Marcel and his friends are doing. And, so you know Sailor Moon and those weird transformation animations? I hope you like those, because we get one.
Come on, Greg, it's time.
Yeah, I didn't fucking edit that, by the way. This just goes on for like, what was it, like 2 minutes? 2 minutes of this weird, moany transformation scene, and this isn't even all of it. There's more of it. It turns out these guys do special agent shit on Thursdays, and they go to rob the human kitchen for their fresh food. Not sure why, but for some reason Greg here, who both dresses and has the brain power of a Disney adult, decides to, punch a spoon? I don't know why he punches the spoon, but did something, I guess. Marcel spots some strawberries on the counter that are just left out for some reason. I guess this restaurant doesn't mind fruit flies, I don't know. Seems kind of gross to just leave your berries out, but that's just my opinion, I guess. They kind of try to animate some action here, but I'm just gonna let the scene play out, I guess.
Oh, he just missed. That's it, now bring me the strawberry.
The best part is the music here just cuts off. Not even a slow fade, just boom and gone. Outside, the Karen rat left her notebook and is having a fit because she needs to go back and get it. And the waiter was too stupid to lock the door, even though it's closing time, so she just gets to walk on in there. Goes about how you expect. She sneaks in, sees what they're doing.
Greg, how did you turn that thing on?
I think I pushed the switch.
What switch?
They pushed the button behind you.
Did you say pull?
No, not pull the button. Push the button.
Are you saying button?
And runs off to tell her little friends. Why do all the female rats in this movie walk like they're 5 seconds from shitting themselves? Like, take a look at this and tell me I'm wrong. You cannot. The main characters get back safe, no thanks to Greg, who is the reason it went chaotic to begin with. But it's okay, because they have a strawberry. And apparently that's good for a week's worth of dishes. Maybe I'm overthinking here, but I've had pet rodents, and let me tell you, they like to fucking eat. That strawberry would be one single meal. I guarantee you're not making a week's worth of anything with that. Unless you're giving, like, paper-thin slices. Kind of like in that one Christmas movie. I can't remember the name. Yeah, so Editor Finn here, the movie I was thinking of was called A Christmas Carol. Oh yeah, and that waiter? Yeah, he didn't leave, and somehow he just didn't hear Karen enter and start yelling for people earlier. He still doesn't lock the door, so, you know, there's that.
I think I had to go to the store. But which store? No, that's not it, because there's no store open today. I think I had to, move the tables and clean the floor. That's it.
How incompetent do you gotta be for your employer to make you wear a string on your finger? Come on, dude. The crazy Karen rat tells her friends what's up and wants to sabotage their food supply. The other evil rat lady's name, who I can't remember, I think it's Maria? Maria Liche, something like that, I don't know. Some of them had names, can't be fucked to remember, we're just gonna call them the evil rats, cause I'm lazy. She doesn't want to do the sabotage and wants to just fix her own restaurant, but in the end the Karen rat convinces them, and thanks to her efforts, we get this. I'm not gonna make you guys sit through that entire scene. It goes on for a lot longer than that, let me tell you. But hey, they succeeded, and now the humans are aware of their little rodent problem.
After the confusion, everything eventually settled back to normal once again. But 1 week later...
A week goes by, and it turns out the customers are kind of sick of strawberries now. You know, that little paper-thin slice they must be getting of it. And Carol here has apparently begun open mouth breathing.
Now, Perry will vomit down your throat.
But it's Thursday again, and we get a thankfully shorter, but reused clip of their transformation scene from earlier. The kitchen is full of traps, but there's a whole chocolate bar left for them. Pretty sure chocolate's bad for rats, but, you know, have fun with being poisoned. Surprise, surprise, there is a kitty, who I am going to lovingly name live-action Garfield, because he kind of looks like him. To me, anyway. Thanks to Garfield, the crew ends up dipping with no food this time, and the next day their customers are understandably pretty upset, since nothing's really available to eat now.
No, sir, we're all out of camembert stew.
So let's see. You may bring out for me the lentil soup with mushrooms.
I'm sorry, but we're out of that as well. May I suggest you try the palm heart? It's the specialty of the kitchen tonight, a tasty dish.
That's not exactly what I had in mind, but bring it out if it'll be delicious.
The evil rats are there too, and just openly discussing their evil plans. Good job, guys. Discretion is good. They want to go rob the kitchen themselves. At least Karen wants them to. She and Maria basically spend the next few minutes calling what I assume to be their husbands a bunch of cowards for, you know, not wanting to end up captured or eaten.
Particular reason for us to celebrate, but we just completed the first step. We destroyed the reputation of Rattatoing.
So what big ideas do you have now? You didn't have the courage to get what we needed when there were no traps in the kitchen.
Why would you make such an accusation?
We just know the rats we're dealing with.
What are you trying to say? Are you implying that we don't have any courage?
Then let's see you go into that human kitchen and get some food for our restaurant.
But it's too dangerous, and besides, it's scary.
Just what kind of a rat are you?
Luckily for them, though, their husbands suffer from fragile masculinity. Marcel and the others go back in there, since it's basically do or die for the restaurant at this point.
Have to try.
This is the third fucking time you guys have used this animation. And how often is this waiter gonna leave the door unlocked? This is the second time people have gotten back here. This guy needs to be fired. Unsurprisingly, Garfield's there, and for some reason he can't talk. He just uses stock cat sound effects the whole time.
Calm down, good buddy. I didn't mean it. Let's talk it over. Everything can be worked out if you're willing to talk things over. Greg, Carol, help!
While Marcel's being chased around by the abomination that is this cat, the two rat men show up to rob them. For some reason, they end up arguing about stealing food themselves and not stealing from Carol and Greg.
Why do we need to bother with the small pieces they have in their bags when there's so much on the table for us to take?
You go first. I'll wait for you here.
That would be perfect for you, right? You want to see if I have the courage, no?
That's not it, but you'll have to watch out for the rat traps.
Do you think I'm too stupid to avoid a trap?
Yes, I do. You guys are real stupid, and I bet this place became a complete disaster because of the two of you.
You better show us some respect, you low-life rat.
Hey, you don't call my friend a lowlife.
What are you going to do about it, chubby?
The dude with the curly mustache actually has some sass to him. I kind of like it. It's the most expressive animation I've seen the whole movie. Ends up not mattering, though, because Marcel has befriended the cat. Kind of looks like the cat eats them at first. We see him pounce and it cuts to later with everyone celebrating.
Boss, that new friend of yours has requested another salmon with Roquefort cheese. I guess he likes the food here.
And I intend to keep him feeling that way. Trust me, he is the very best deal in town, my friends.
Precisely. Precisely.
Yeah, I didn't edit that, by the way. For some reason, Greg just says precisely while laughing. I'm not sure why, but he does that. We do find out what happened to the two robbers, though, which I am just now remembering one of them was named Oscar. But anyways, yeah, they got sent to a laboratory.
I heard those rats of ours were sent to an out-of-town laboratory.
Oh, you know I miss them so much, it just breaks my little heart.
Be patient, my friend. I understand they're being treated very well out there.
I know I'd feel better about the way I'm being treated if I had the dinner I ordered here a million years ago.
Y'all are awfully calm about your husbands being poked with needles all day. Or worse. Probably worse, actually. But yeah, that was Rattatoing, and I don't really have a lot to say about it. Obviously, it's short, so it does come off as rushed. There's parts where you can tell someone at least had a little fun, like the paintings or the restaurant's design. The voice actors at least seem to have tried, a little, but the animation is awful, and the story is pretty confusing. You don't ever really get to know any of the characters, so you've got no reason to root for them. I know I shouldn't give much thought to these movies, since they only really exist to scam people, but I do want to try to have more to say than just, it's bad, you know? Honestly, if you're bored and you want to kill 40 minutes, this is free on YouTube. Me and my buddy watched this together at like 3 a.m. because neither one of us could sleep. But for now, I'm gonna hop off. If you stuck around this long, here's the cat tax for your troubles, and I hope to see you the next time I'm bored too. Maybe toss me a like if you're feeling up to it. If not for me, then for the scoober on the screen.
Fingers